Hey guys, Jonathan Kellert here. Hope you're doing great. I wanted to talk to you real quick just about, planting your flag and what you're doing right now in your career, where you're at. Giving it all you've got. I meet so many guys, and it's like they're so short-sighted with what they're doing right now. They're always chasing the next shiny object. It's some kind of stock. I'm going to put my money in this stock and I'm going to take off. Marijuana stocks, Bitcoin. They're like, I'm going to do that. I'm going to get rich on that. And another time, in Vancouver here, the last couple of years, real estate's done really well. So people are like, I'm selling everything. I'm going to buy real estate. That's what I'm going to make it up. Well, now it's softening up a little bit for a period of time. So it's not working out for them. I know some guys, they start working with a company, and then they hear somebody making more money in another company, so they start working with another company right away. Or they see online, like, okay, I'm going to do webinars. Okay, no, I'm going to do consulting now. And something else comes up. Okay, I'm going to learn how to do professional fondue. I don't know, like they're always following the next thing. They're always trying to catch the next thing and get in early, start right away, a new company or, new position or whatever. And I want to encourage you guys to find something that you can really just bite into, sink your teeth into and just hold on for the ride. Because if you're jumping around so much, you're not in there long enough to build your abilities in what you're doing. Sure, you can take skill sets from one thing to another. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you got to make changes, and don't mistake this. I mean, you got to be able to follow the money. You got to be able to go where the money is. Sometimes if you're in a bad in a company where you're not able to reach your goals, you got to make a change. That's all I'm talking about here. I'm talking about you're in a company where you can make a good income, where you can hit your goals, where you can get where you want to go. You're in that, but you keep moving around or changing around. You're not sitting there. You got to sit with that company. You have to become a master at that company in every aspect of the company. Even if you're like, this is not going to benefit me all, this is not going to be what's going to help me get where I want to go. You got to learn that. And just be great at all those parts, all those moving parts, because that's just going to help for me, when I found a lot more success. What I'm doing is when I decide, okay, this is where I'm going to be. I'm not making any changes. I'm going to become so good at this business that I'll be the best. I will be the best person by far, no matter what anybody. I know everyone thinks they're the best. I'm one of those guys who thinks they're the best. But my goal is to be the best there is in my industry. So I learn all kinds of stuff all the time. There's some things where I'm like, this, I don't see how this is going to benefit me, but I've learned it, and it's actually coming. I've been able to apply it later on down the road. I was able to use certain skill sets that I acquired. And you gotta. So that's what I'm saying. You gotta lock into what you're doing right now. Don't follow something else, because you're gonna sit where you are. You're grinding it out. 2 months, a year, 2 years, 3 years. It took me a year of grinding it out after I made that decision before I actually became good. I'm not the best. I wasn't the best, but I became good and I was making a good income. It took me about a year. It wasn't a couple weeks of that commitment or a few months and then jumping into something else. No, you got to commit a year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I know guys, entrepreneurs I know that are running $100 million companies that for the first 5, 7, 8, 10 years, they basically made like no money. But they kept grinding it out, working it out, figuring things out, hashing things, making adjustments, tweaking their business, tweaking what they're doing, until now it clicked and it exploded. And that's why I think a lot of guys are at, where they don't sit in there, they don't sit in the pocket, they don't sit and figure the thing out and just give it what they've got for a long enough period of time for it to work. It's kind of like you got a seed planted underground. You got the ground covered and everything. That seed is sprouting up, going up, and just before it breaks the surface, breaks that surface and gets to the sunlight, it stops growing. It never makes it. It's almost there, but it doesn't. Maybe next year I'll grow. It gets to the surface, it just doesn't make it. Well, that's what a lot of times, if you don't commit to what you're doing, that's what you're doing to your business. You kind of almost get there, and then then nothing happens. Just before you break out, you're like, man, this is hard work. This is too much. I can make easier money somewhere else. I can make faster money somewhere else. I can make more money somewhere else. This isn't worth it. And you give up just before it's about to crack, before it's about to open up wide and just make it happen. You jump ship and you try and do something else because you hear all these other people making all this fast money. So that's why I encourage you, whatever you're doing right now, if that's, you can make money there, plant your flag, make money, and go do, become the best that you can, and just grow your income where you're at, one way or another. If you're making $2,000 a month, make $4,000. You're making $10,000, make $20,000. How can you double your income right now doing what you're doing, which you should be able to do if you're in the right vehicle? So hopefully that helps. I'm looking forward to talking to you soon, and if you are looking for the right vehicle.